Here we are. Let's turn down the game capture a bit. So we are waiting for Gemma, who will be here in a bit. And thusly, while we do, it's going to be Hanafuda time. Because it's just me, and I'm sad and alone. So let's see. I know, right? It's the worst. Hello, Rudalor. It's alright. Oh my god. These people talking in Hanafuda are not good. She'll be here in like 10-15 minutes. She's just getting herself some food. And then has, as she quotes, a table of misery to share. So I'm a little excited for that. But for now, I'll go through my shenanigans with a fairly short and easy game, that being Hanafuda. Oh god. Alright. How do I win at Hanafuda again? I gotta get the things, and I gotta do the things. And this game is actually not that unfamiliar. If you're good at Mahjong, you can probably be pretty good at Hanafuda. But the question is, what do I do? The most standard opening play is going to be to grab the bright that I can. Ooh. And a deer. I like that. Okay. I'm going to go through my plays are just to explain them. I don't know how much people do or don't know about this game, or how much people do or don't care. But it's better to explain. So I'm going to be taking... What suit is it? I don't know the suits by names. This is August. Suzuki Grass. So basically there's 4 cards. Again, if for people who don't know, I'm just going to be super talky. You can tell me to shut up and chat if I'm talking too much. But for those who don't know, there's 12 suits. Each suit represents a month or like a season. There's 4 there's 4 cards of each suit. And you can match any card in the suit with any other card in the suit. On your turn, you play a card out onto the table. If it does not match anything, it just stays on the table. If it does match something, you take the thing on the table you matched. Then you flip a card from the deck. If that card does not match anything on the table, it goes to the table. And if it does match something on the table, it matches another thing on the table. That second flip is basically just luck. So really, the game is about knowing what the scoring combinations are and control of the various suits. And that's the play that I'm going to make right now. So this suit, this August suit, has a bright. And bright cards are generally very valuable in terms of the hands. There are 4 August cards, and I have 2 of them in my hand, right? And there's 1 on the table. If I take this 1 on the table, I now control the last possible match of that suit. In other words, if that bright card is in the deck and it flips up, it must go on the table because the only card left for it to match with is in my hand. If my opponent has that bright card in their hand, they'll have to play it to the table because the only other card they can match with is in my hand. So I now have control of that. So I'm going to take that control. Ooh. And I get another flip for some crap cards. Ugh. Okay. So on my opponent's turn, they got 2 matches. They got 2 chaff. So chaff cards just have nothing special about them, but 10 of them become a point. Poetry slips and seeds. If you get 5 poetry slips or 5 seeds, that becomes a point. You get additional points for each additional chaff, poetry slip, or seed that you have. So getting a lot of them is good. There are also some special patterns. So one of those patterns, which is important right now, is a boar, deer, butterfly, where you have the boar card, the deer card, and the butterfly card. I grabbed the deer card early with good luck, but my opponent has grabbed the boar card, which means now we know for sure neither of us can get a boar, deer, butterfly. Okay, that happened. My opponent got a blank poetry slip. Blank poetry slips don't really do much. I have a red poetry slip, which has like some characters on it. Getting all the red poetry slips is valuable, so that's still an option that's available to me. Right now I'm going to choose to make a match that I can make, which also gets me control of the last blue poetry slip, which is in that suit. Okay, another free match. Hooray. Matches all the time. Now my opponent's forced to play to the table. They have nothing they can do. So I'll just match 2 more chaff cards because I'm fortunate. And I'll get another bird. Sure. Okay. So at this point, I have 5 seeds. And I have how much chaff? Let me look here. I have 9 chaff. I can either finish right now and say I'm done, or I can say koi koi, which will allow me to gather more points. The next thing I do that gets me any more points will end the hand. My opponent is so far away from everything that I'm going to say koi koi. I'm going to say if I have 9 chaff, I can get 1 of any card or 1 more seed before my opponent can do anything of value. And in fact, I absolutely can. I can play this to get the blue poetry slip. Now, if I really wanted to be super crafty, I could try going in different directions and see if I couldn't, like, try to massage this into a bigger hand. But I don't really see how I could do that without just, like, deliberately hanging out for the rest of the game. Although, that's true, I can now end it at any point. Let's try it. Let's be crafty. I already control the bright in this suit and the red. Like, I control everything valuable in this suit, so I can put this out on the table without risking much. That's going to get me an extra seed and an extra chest. So that's 2 extra points. Look at that. Slightly better play. Actually, it would have been, I guess, marginally better if I'd taken and then flipped it. Whatever. I got 3 points. I won the hand. I'm going to hassle Gemma. I don't know how long I can entertain these people with Hanafuda. So demanding. Let's take a peek. Alright, so what do we got here? There's a bright on the table, so I'm almost definitely going to want to grab that first. This is a chicken bright. Let's take the chicken bright. And I'll get 2 chaff cards, sure. My opponent has to play to the table, which is interesting. Okay, I'll take control of this guy. My opponent had that. Okay, that's 1 bright done. I will get the rainy. The rainy bright's a little special, because the rainy bright can't count for things. Oh, see, I turned off Sake Cup Cherry. I turned off all the Sake Cup ones because I found that they were just too fast. Like, you could really just bum rush them. They're optional in this, and I've turned it's the moon viewing and the cherry blossom viewing. Are those? I don't know if I'm. Oh God. Okay, so I didn't notice that, and I should have. There were 3. What suit is that? That suit is June. 3 Junes on the table, and if there's 3 Junes on the table, the fourth one will just take all 3 on the table. Oh, I'm glad to know. Yeah, I learned to play Go Stop, which I believe is like a Korean variant of Hanafuda. I could be wrong about that, so please tell me if I'm wrong. But I enjoyed it a lot, actually. And so, yeah, I also have several sets of Hanafuda cards. There's another type of card that I don't really know what to do with. It's like a Portuguese-style card game, but I don't know how that's played. But I find this to be pretty fun. My opponent's kind of left ahead with a bunch of things, so I'm happy just taking 2 more chaff and maybe going for a chaff win. I'm ahead. If I keep staying ahead, I can... Okay. So I'm in a spot. They have 4... Okay, what do I got? I have 6 chaff. They have 4 out of 5 poetry slips. They could get red poetry slips. The last red poetry slip they have... the last red poetry slip is in the Sakura Blossom suit, which is not on the table at all. They now have... Yeah, they have 6 chaff also. I'm worried. I'm going to take this Sake Cup. Okay, I'm going to grab some extra chaff. And now, I know that there's no more of these cards available, so playing this to the table doesn't give them anything. I'm the only one who can possibly use it. They're forced to do that. Now I can do this and hope I got chaff. And because they're doing so... Oh, that was actually my last card. It finishes automatically. I also have the Mario Hanafuda theme. I turned it off because I got a little, like, weirded out by the fact that, for example, Boar Deer Butterfly with the Mario theme on is not Boar Deer Butterfly. It's a bunch of other things. And I was just like, I kept missing it and being like, oh yeah, it's like Luigi, Bowser, something. So I turned it off, but it's a nice theme. I'm going to take the bread I can get. Take the poetry slip I can get. That's nice. I'll take the boar. So now either I get Boar Deer Butterfly or nobody does. That's nice. Got a Rainy Bright. Okay, so my opponent's taking a blue poetry slip. I know I can't get blue poetry slips now. That's a shame. And now I have nothing to do but play cards to the table. So what I want to do is I want to find the least powerful cards I can play to the table so I don't give my opponent anything at all. This suit, for example, April, is a fairly not that great suit. It's got a blank poetry slip and a bird in it, and neither of those are incredibly useful. This suit with the lilies, May, is also, it has a seed and a blank ribbon in it. Not so useful. The Rainies aren't that useful either now that I've taken the Rainy Bright and the Poetry Slip, so actually the Rainies are a fine thing to play. But I'm going to play this because, in theory, if my opponent doesn't grab it, I can grab it and get something out of it with my next turn. Oof. Okay, so now there's another red Poetry Slip on the table, but I can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to have to take what I can get. And now I can get it. I'm like, going on the edge of, like, things I can actually grab. Oof. My opponent has a lot of chaff and 2 out of 3 red poetry slips. Not a great situation, but again, I might as well just take what I can. Alright, I've cleared off the table, so they can't do anything. Alright. I'll play Rainy, I think, is a better play, because the other one, this card, there's a Bright in this suit. And so if I play it out, I might enable them to get a Bright, which I don't really want to do. Oh my god. Okay. They got the Chaff. They have to Koi Koi. This is round 3 or 3. We're playing a 3-round game. So they have to keep going. The Chaff is worth only 1 point, and I have 4 points. They need more points. So I'll play this out, and I will grab this, which gets me Chaff, which wins me the game. Hooray! And I get double points because they Koi Koi'd. So if they Koi Koi'd and I managed to steal out from under their Koi Koi, I get double my points. Hooray! 6-0. I did it. So yeah, Hanafuda is a lot about just knowing the suits, knowing what's in the suits, and knowing what you might be opening up to your opponent and what you're going to get. But the fact that every play is followed immediately by a flip from the deck really means that there's a lot of luck in this game. And sometimes you'll just have a bad time. Sometimes you just have a good time. But, and you just, it's a lot of, like, luck mitigating. Ooh, I'm getting information about this Tenho link. Getting Tenho link info. Yeah, so I do have the... Oh, I can set it to Mario cards. Yeah, Cherry Blossom Viewing and Moon Viewing are also options. Again, I personally found that I felt that the fact that it was like a 2-card combo that was worth 5 points was kind of insane. And led to things going really quickly every game. And I was kind of like, ooh, this is super fast. So I turned them off to be a little more strategic about it. But I can turn them on. I can turn them on and play a quick game before Gemma shows up. She's going to be here in just a minute. She's getting her Tenho self together. Let's see what happens. I always pick the rightmost card because no reason. Yeah, now it's like instead of the boar, there's Donkey Kong. It's... Yoshi is not in... Yeah, it's Wario and Donkey Kong and whatever the butterfly is. I think they're like Shy Guys. Interesting. So now, we have red poetry slips. We have 2 on the board and 1 in my hand. So I'm actually going to grab the one on the board and hope that I have the ability to grab the next one on the board, which I don't. Okay, red poetry slips are dead to me. However, I will grab the sake cup because that is incredibly powerful, and now I have it. Ooh, and I got Donkey Kong too. Oh, hey. And now I got moon viewing. And that's 5 points, so I'll just take it. If I recall. Yeah, it's 5 points, so... Alright, I did it. Now, if I can couple it with anything else, it's even better, but that's still like the fastest, easiest 5 points you can possibly get. Oh, but now the sake cup is on the table, and I don't have the ability to get it. So I'm going to get the Rainy Bright. Okay, my opponent seems to not have the ability to get it either. So I'm going to rush some chaff here. They have Moon. Ooh. I can get my next Bright, but I'm actually going to get this first. They now have 2 Brights, which is not good for me. But I got a Bright. And I got the sake cup. Okay, good. So now I'm safe from being viewinged. But I want to see if I can get anything. There's a Cherry Blossom. So I'm going to play this out because I don't get anything. Ooh, I got another blue ribbon. Oh, that gets me chaff. So the question is, do I stop or do I keep going? It's only 1 point. 3 lights is very possible, though. Anyone can get, like, if I get the Cherry Blossom, if I get that last Bright, I get Cherry Blossom viewing for 5 points. But if they get it, they get 3 lights for 5 points. So I'm just going to shut it down. I'm going to say I'm done. No, that's, no. Sorry, I have to help Gemma get her replay link. No, you can, no. Sorry, she doesn't know how to get replay links out of Tenho. Alright, let's get our Bright on. Ooh, let's grab this next Bright. That's 2 Brights already. Now what? I'm gonna grab Donkey Kong. And Yoshi. Alright, we got this. Oh, now we gotta figure out what to do. I don't want to give away this red poetry slip. Because he has one. So I'm gonna give away this, even though it could let him get... Alright, it didn't. So now I will have the sake cup for sure, which is kind of nice. This sprite's already out, so this card's kind of worthless. Alright, I'll take a Lakitu. I don't really know what Lakitu is. Ugh, okay, I can't give away... Can I give away the sake? I don't want to give away the sake cup. I'd rather give away the red poetry slip if I have to. There's the sake cup. He's got chaff for 2 points, but he can't do it because I have 6 points. I can take the sake cup. And this red poetry. Oh, I'll take it all, it's fine. And now I have cherry blossom viewing. And now it's over, and I got my 5 points times 2, because he had the koi koi, so 10 points, and I'm the greatest forever. We did it! As I said, those viewings, I feel like, make the game really fast. And if you want to play like that, like... It reminds me a little bit of something like Love Letter, where, like, the game is really fast and you can die immediately, but, like, that's not so bad because it takes only 2 or 3 minutes per hand. So if that's something you prefer, those viewing-type victories are useful for that. I personally wanted to play, like, something a little longer and with a little more back and forth, so I turned them off. But it's one of those games where, like, you'll see they're different things. So let me see if I can call Gemma. Here she is. I'm going to call her. And then she might just appear immediately, because we are live as we speak. There she is. She is now
oh my God.
Instantly live, and I have to mute the Skype Gemma so I can listen only to the non-Skype Gemma. Alright, what's up?
I'm here.
You're here?
Yeah, just no. I think you sound weird today, Dave.
Do I? Oh, you know what? It's because my air conditioner. I have a new air conditioner, and it's actually on right now. It's going to turn off in a minute, but it's going to keep me from melting. Let me also go to
what?
our... What do you mean what? I don't want to melt. Do people want me to melt?
Is it hot there is what I'm saying?
It was. Now it's actually... Well, it's hot here, like in here, because I'm in my room with all of these computers and monitors and all the stuff we do, the high-power stuff we do for the streaming, so it's all on. Well, let me turn off my Switch so I don't have to listen to the little background music also.
I'm sorry. Have you been having to talk live for 20 minutes without me?
Nah, I've been hanging out playing Hanafuda with our friends.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, no, I had
Wow.
I'm very discombobulated because for those of you who know me, I am having my bathroom done. I didn't actually expect them to come, but they called me on Saturday and said, "Oh, we're coming on Monday." So I have been bathroom free for almost a week now.
That's exciting.
There's just no, it's not. It's like the opposite of exciting. And there's just like builder stuff everywhere, like everywhere, and like little shards of ceramic on the floor to hurt me. And I just want to have a shower. I can't even get to my makeup anymore because it's like behind builder crap. I'm very distressed, but I'm here and I'm doing it. I'm doing life somehow. So yeah, my advice is to never get any building work done. Dave's face.
No, I'm making our stuff work properly.
So I was playing for the UK this year, like in previous years, unfortunately, okay, let me start from the very beginning. There is the International Online Riichi Mahjong Championship, which is held on Tenhall, but is organized by James from the Korean Mahjong League, and that is happening sometime in the beginning of November. So depending on your country, you can apply to represent your country. I'm not sure how the Americans are doing it. But usually for the UK, because November the 5th is bonfire night for us, where we celebrate when some Catholics failed to blow up the Houses of Parliament, right? So normally we don't have that many people who can play. But this year, because of COVID, and we can all assume that bonfire night is cancelled, we actually had to operate a qualifier. So I was playing in a qualifier to see that if I was good enough to play and represent the UK. Now, I was.
Hey, look at that.
Pretty good. Why can't I see the comments? So I was pretty, but I wasn't good enough.
I wonder if you can monitor the restream thing.
Why can't I see the comments?
What comments? People
on
are talking
Twitch.
On Twitch. I can see them. People are saying Rudolph said sorry.
Oh, yeah. So I was doing really, really well. I was second I had a 12 people going into the final game, and it was all good. All I really needed to do was get a first or second place, and I would take one of those seats. But I didn't, and so I shared the traumatizing game that I just came out of, where I lost all my points.
Oh
I went
no.
down to third. So now I'm an alternative. Like, I'd done well enough in the previous games that it sent me down to third rather than first and second. So it wasn't like overall it was a pretty good event for me, but I would like to review this game to see if I could have done something better. If it was just one of those things where you're like, well, that's Mahjong.
Yeah.
No point reviewing the games where I did really well, is there?
Yeah, there
I
is.
did. I did
It's
the.
for self-esteem.
I did. I did.
Hold on.
I did luck out in one game in that I got the final. I didn't have a Yaku, but I was a Tenpai. But I drew the last tile, which was Dora, that let me win. So there was some obscene luck in the other game. So maybe I needed to spread my luck out more evenly.
Oh, it shows the window capture shows my mouse cursor. I wonder if there's a way to not.
And I need to wash my hair as well. Look at this.
Oh, ew.
I
What?
agree,
Why?
yeah.
Nobody wants to see this.
Well, this is my life right now. This is so depressing.
I'm sorry.
I want makeup, and I want to wash my hair, and I want to can't even do laundry properly. Like, I managed to do a load yesterday, and that's been it for the last 5 days. But like now, it's just hanging up in my living room, and I can't watch the TV.
Okay,
It's just everything is.
I'm gonna stand up for a second. I'm gonna go and get turn off this air conditioner. It's too loud. It's so loud and distracting. And I'm gonna open up my natural light so I can see my natural looks. So I'll be back in 1 second.
I'm free. It's Gemma stream now. Look, what can we talk about? I don't see any messages in the chat. Seems unusual. I would have thought everyone would love to talk to me.
Look at that.
Especially while Dave is not here.
All right. Ah. All right, there we go. Look at that. No more loud air conditioner. No more dim room. Everything's great. Okay, so we got this game up now. Let me share it back with you, Gemma, so you can see your own shame. It's this guy, right? I think it's this guy. Yep, there we go. Cool.
Yay! Right.
So are we in the right seat?
So, yes, we're the right seat. That's me.
All right. So what do we got here? We got. How do we want to do it? Do we want to do like every 6 discards as we were doing other things?
Yeah, that's probably best. So I remember this one because I'm happy. I've got 2 Dora. I've got the red dragon that I'm obviously going to call if it comes out. That's what I was thinking here. Call the red
West
dragon.
and North both call their own wins. You call the red dragon. Yeah, you got all the Dora. You got a lot of. Ooh.
Pick up that 7, which is nice. Yeah, so now I am Tenpai.
Sadly,
I could even
you get rid
improve
of
it.
those Easts, but
Yeah.
that's fine. All right, so this is the first row. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You keep the 2, 3, 4. You throw the 1. You're still waiting on the 5 mon. You got Chundor 2, which is super cool. Gave up on the half flush, I guess. You could have greeted it with the East, but I feel like that would have been a bit of a push at that point. It wasn't really worth.
Yeah, it was so fast.
Yeah.
And if someone drops the Dora, I can still pick it up and have a 5, 6, 8 wait.
Yes, actually, that's very true. So.
Yeah. I was quite happy with the way this played out.
Player rights waiting on the 7, which you'll never throw. You kept this to keep that 5, 6, 8 wait possibility, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did think about that one, but I was like,
Now I reach from the dealer, waiting on what? 1, 2, 2, 5 mon. Which, well, you're not going to throw the 5, so you're actually well positioned on this, but they sumo it, so womp womp. Your cool hand turns into dealer Hanemon.
Right?
Well, that's Riichi,
right?
Patsumo, Pinfu, Dora. Okay. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing I could have done about that.
This first 6
so
discards.
here, obviously, I was thinking a 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku.
Yeah. Don't see any big mistakes here. Person crosses Ipiko already concealed. They're Ishan 10. Pretty slick. We got 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. This player's also doing quite well for themselves, Ishan 10. Dealer, 4, 5, 6, 8. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7. They're not doing too bad either, actually.
Rutalo says that an Oya Hanuman Sumo is worse than no bathroom. I'm not sure I agree right now, but
Ooh. That is a tough decision to make. All right, so you get rid of your 3. Here's a 4.
I
No one's
know.
getting quite what they
I've
want.
become to feel quite low after the lack of my bathrooms. Now I fiddle about a bit because I'm thinking maybe I could get another pair
Ooh.
and use the white dragons.
Reach on just the 7. So they don't
I
bother
think I followed
improving.
you. Yeah.
They don't bother improving for the 7, 8, 9. Oof. Forced to throw a Dora, which sucks. And you can for the moment kind of hold. It seems like you're able to just chill.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're chilling for now. The 2 you throw. Oh, and
Save
they
the
deal
2.
with that extra 7. Off the chun. And so that's another 7,700. Okay. Kind of good
Yeah, I
for
mean,
you.
I think this was a good dealer reach actually, rather than waiting to improve it because you can't dammer it and win. And your dealer.
I guess well. There are also 2
And there's 2
9-sos
nines
out on the
already there,
table
yeah.
already, which makes me feel like okay, that's a point at which you might just say this is not getting better, and
No.
attempting to hold for it
I
isn't really
think
going
this
to
was a
help.
good Riichi from the dealer here, and the dealer then is asking the questions and pushing the point, which would, in this situation, probably make me reconsider what I'm doing with my hand. I lucked out a bit in that I got a lot of
Yeah,
safe tiles,
yeah, you were able
but
to
if
hang
a
out.
dangerous tile, if a dangerous tile had come in, it would that Riichi would have forced the question, forced me to answer that question.
Also, you can see that there are 2 5s out and 2 8s out, which
Mm.
implies that 7 is more isolated than a lot of other tiles are. Like it becomes a
Mm.
little more likely it's going to get stuck in someone's hand and like need to get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's reasonable play, and you didn't deal into it, so hey.
Yeah. So
All
then,
right.
but then it was a Riichi Dora and then some Uradora as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, one
another
Uradora.
what? So reach
So
Doradora.
for the dealer, that's tasty.
Yeah, so this is like 4 Han. The dealers like this dealer has gotten like 6,000. Um, yeah, like 12,000 extra points from Dora flips at this point. Because it's
Yeah, I
Mangan to
mean,
Hanuman in the first one, which is 6,000, and then this would have been
yeah.
1 in 40. Well, no, it would have been 2 in 40. So it would have been what, like 5,000. So this is only 2. So no, it's like 8,000. They've got an extra Mangan's worth of Dora flips out of all this
I
so
mean,
far.
the dealer here is riding high on not only good strategy but also some good luck, which is doubling the good strategy,
Yeah, it's
right?
it's
It's double
pushing that
effects
hard.
of that. Yeah, it's they're playing well, isn't it? Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah,
strong
no, I'm,
play,
I'm just
but
saying they've received extra value from Dora. That's not like oh this
yeah.
doesn't count. It's just it's happened.
No, 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 no. So at this point, I'm starting to think like, oh no, I need to be second. This is not how we start to be second. Um,
This is another
yeah,
weird one.
I
Um,
know. Oh look,
so this is a dealer reach on what could be Dama.
it was a
Um,
Suji trap.
yeah, because they'd thrown that 5 and they were like, hey, now I can wait on just the 2, and it's
I think I
Ipeko.
throw into this one. I think I throw into this one.
Let's see what happens. Well, you can't
Yeah, I'm
yet.
not sure. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't have reached that one.
This one's a little tricksy. Of course, you're giving away your greater 4 wins here if you look at your own discards. Like, you really had the option to go for it, and and now you decide to bail on the East. The player to your right doesn't call those East because they also want to bail. So everyone wants to get out of the way of this at this point.
So Mahjong Baka says for Oya keeping 4-5-5-6 man 4-5-5 pin, dropping the pen channels was an option for wide. Yes, yes, yes. It was.
Yeah, would have been a wider weight.
So I'm
You're
pretty sure I
playing
throw
safe
into this.
with this.
Oh yeah, no, but I managed to. Yeah, I managed to finesse my way in and hurt myself. Yeah, there.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder, was
Yeah,
there
so
a
I
better
was.
option
Yeah,
here?
I wouldn't have thrown. So I remember what I was thinking here. I was like, well, this 2-pin isn't definitely safe. It is Suji for the 5-pin, but I don't tend to trust them as they get closer to the Riichi. So I held it until I got to Tempai, and I was like, well, it's Tanyao Dora.
You weren't Tenpai here, though.
Um, hmm?
This isn't Tenpai.
Oh no, I'm not Tempai. What am I doing then? No, I'm taking it all back. I'm just an idiot then.
I mean, it
Hold
was a
on.
step towards, right? The 5, 6, 7 was a step towards Tenpai for sure.
Mm-mm.
And the 3s are
I'm
dead.
I'm definitely feeling like my position. So the 2 players left and right of me, I don't think anyone on this table really had a chance at the podium to win the seats, the qualifying seats. And so left and right, yeah, and I think the player opposite had a little bit more chance to get up there, but also unlikely. Um, yeah, but I started to panic that because the other two players who were on the podium at the time were on different tables. I was like,
Hmm.
I could easily slip down if someone gets, because the Uma is really high here. I was like, I really, I really need second. I need second, and I can't let myself be pushed off everything. So I probably
Hmm.
was like, well, it's Nakasuji. There are three threes out as well,
Mm-hmm. Which means like the one
and
three becomes very unlikely.
yeah, but I should have known better with that 5-3 discard there that they were doing something sneaky.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you would cut the 5 from the 2-3, and then cut the 3 from the
Yeah,
2-3. Is a little bit
yeah,
strange. Could be a little
yeah.
strange.
It was strange.
Yeah, this might have been a good hand to just bail on, but I totally know that frustration of like, it's been two
Mhm.
dealer continuances and no one else is doing anything, and like, if I don't, someone's got to do something.
Yeah. And I mean, my
Yeah,
safe throw here is the 5 pin, but then
yeah.
I am
But then you're done.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you throw that, you've decided you're done, and you definitely haven't decided that yet. You, yeah, I don't see anything else that really is at all safe in this hand. Short of the explicit 5 pin, like,
Mm.
meh.
I mean, the luck here is that I haven't thrown into because it's a funny weighting shape. I have thrown in something a bit cheaper. I mean, there's an Ipeco there, but it is Riichi Ipeco, but they hit the Ura.
Yep. Again.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Asan, can you tell me how you do that?
Jeez,
So yeah,
jeez.
now I'm really starting to feel very panicked that I am in last place.
But this is a good start. This is like an Ishan
Yeah.
10 starting hand. Oh, was it two Shan 10 at start on your first? Yeah, it was two Shan 10, and now it's an Ishan 10 hand already. Um, let's go through our first row here to dig a little deeper into it. Okay, you're widening your weights. I wonder why you... okay, let's see.
I would have thrown the 7 because I'm thinking that I could get a 3-4-5 Sanshoku here.
Mmm.
And
It's
also, I don't
possible.
want to throw the 5 pin because that could be the pair. It could have a 2-5 weight over
Yeah,
there.
and you don't want to give up your Ishan 10 shape if you can, even though that 7 would
Yeah.
be neat. Like, it's not worth it. But in good news, the dealer is not getting much of anywhere right here. They're having a slow day today,
Yeah.
which is
Although
good.
they just collected the Dora.
Yeah, which it's helpful, but they're still what, like at least 3 Shanten at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're far away.
Player to right is also, they have some decent shapes, but they're not anywhere yet. They're still at least 2 Shanten. Well, 2 Shanten's not that far, but they're 2 Shanten. Player across is what, at least 3, I think.
5. Yeah. 3. It's
Yeah.
difficult when they're
So
upside.
yeah, so you're in actually a really good spot if luck goes your way, which does it? Oh no! Now you get the question of like Itsu or no Itsu.
I
Um,
know. It was a hard one.
to which you decide no.
Well, I'm still thinking here that I can get a Tanyo Sanshoku potential.
And this is where I get
And then
mad.
if I get the 3 then it's also Tanyao, Dora, maybe Sanshoku. It becomes a monster, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got a lot of options here, but now is where I get mad. Player right goes into reach on the 1-4 pin, which could be reach pin Futanyo. Um,
Hmm.
Player across decides now's the time to start. This is where I just be like, you guys have done nothing, and now is the time. Like now this is my time. Get out of the way. And instead you decide to reach on the
Mm.
4-7 rate. You decide you're going to take reach pinfu in a chase situation
Yeah.
and see if you can. Yeah, it's a pretty 10 reach for the player to right, which is also kind of like, what the heck. I should have noticed that actually. I wasn't. I just assume people don't do that.
Yeah.
Um,
I love a good 3-10 reach.
you
I'm not
do.
gonna.
And so now it
I do
looks
love a
like
good
everyone's
3-10.
kind of bailing at this point. So it becomes a
Yeah.
race. But the winning tiles are all jammed up. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Player cross is
So
maintaining that tempai on the 5-mon.
so I would like to explain my Riichi in that I think if any other player had declared Riichi, I wouldn't have chased. But because the player closest to me declared it, I was like, oh, actually, this is my chance to kind of kick that player down and push myself up in the same move.
Because you if they deal in, they'll deal into you.
They're less likely to have built a monster, I think, at this point. Whereas, let's say the
Well,
East reaches, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell have they done?
but they sumo the footy 10 reach to get their reach pinfu Tanya sumo, and they don't flip any reverse, but they get a big old pile of points.
Yeah.
4 and 20 blackbirds.
It was a great
into
pretty
their
Tenrichi.
pie.
High and wise, high and wise.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Mahjong Baka says that they would Dama this because there's an upgrade with the Dora, the 6-pin for the Sanshok, the 6-man for the Tanya, 3-man. Yeah, I think this is the. I think maybe the argument for Dama is stronger than what I did. I definitely was in that mindset, whereas I can't let myself be pushed about.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to look at, in the reality, you didn't get any upgrade opportunity. But it's true that the potential was entirely there. So maybe... I
mean, I was happy to let the other two fold to the 2 reaches, and then it just be basically potluck between myself and West in this point, who is closest to me. If I can push myself up to 3rd, then it starts to become easier. And take the next step up.
Agree, Mahjong Baka. It gets like a little awkward. Like I can't say that your logic is bad about the Damaing for upgrade, because I think it makes a lot of sense. But I think the upgrades are hard. And so I think that the reach also does make sense here, because it's like, got to do something, got to make some points. That being said, being able to take the door in might have been super useful, just in case.
Yeah, but I really did want East to fold at this point. I was like, we can't let them keep going. And with 2 reaches on the table, I was hoping they would fold.
Yeah.
Which they did, I think.
Well, now it's your turn to be the dealer.
Hey, let's see what I did.
As we go through our first bunch of tiles here.
So Unwise Owl was on this table, so
you missed out on a 1, 2, 3.
Right? We've anonymized you now, so I can't remember what's going on.
Okay, this is not all right. So you're actually in a decently strong position in terms of shapes in your hand.
Oh no, I remember this hand. It's me now.
Uh oh. Well, right now, what I'm seeing now is actually pretty good.
Up there.
Yeah. The gravest sin here is missing that 1, 2, 3, which I think was like not. It happens.
So if you go back, I think the 2, 7. So yeah, go right back to the start, and I can probably tell you. So yeah, here actually, I'm thinking I might want to keep open the flush opportunity, because there's some great shapes in that man suit.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm like, well, I'm going to cut the 1, 3 and see what happens. So out goes the 1, 3.
Right, and then
I 2, 4, 5, 7 shape, which I don't know how orthodox that is for JPML at least.
And then the 2 comes in as like your 4th draw after. Yeah, there's really short of seeing the future, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Right, so get up here, and now you have 2, 4,
I decided
5, 6,
to drop
7.
the green dragon in reaction. Well, and then I draw the 7. I'm like, well, this is great. This has worked in my favor.
Okay, the 5-mon makes you give up on East. Oh, and then you just go for it. Okay. So that's a 4-7.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't call Riichi here, but because I'm dealer, I was like, nope. If I can get them all to fold, that's a win anyway.
Fast, but probably good to push and just do.
It's not. I mean, but this is an obvious. With this Riichi tile, it's fairly obvious that no one's going to drop the 4-7. I have to draw it myself.
Yeah.
But I was okay if people just folded. I was all right with that situation.
Does it look like people are folding? It looks like some folding might be happening. Yeah. Yeah, well, player to left is just out of it. Yeah. They don't want to deal with it. Player to right looks like they're probably folding. It looks like everyone does not want to deal with your shenanigans at this point. Yeah,
and I'm happy, it's not a great point hand, and I'm happy just to continue my dealership here.
That 5 discard was a little risky.
Twos are. Oh no, there's lots. No, there's not, because the 2s are the 4s, the 6s, the 7s. Nah, it's safe. The 5. That's a good throw.
Wait, what?
So
5-mon here?
The 5. Oh, the 5-man. No, sorry, I thought you were talking about the 5. So sorry.
No, I'm saying the 5-mon throw was a little risky, because there were only the 6s are fairly depleted, but it could have been the 6-7 deal, but got away with it. As I often do myself. And then once the 5 is out, the 8, I guess Suji continuing. But that gets them 2, 3, 4, 5 into like Ishan 10.
Well, they're also they're not my closest competitor.
But not quite
point,
there.
No, so then I keep the deal. Yeah.
All right, so that's 3,000 points for you. Hey, not bad, but no win. West grabs the West. Oh, 5-man was a... Oh, no! What was a misclick you got away with, which means it was deliberate genius strategy.
Oh, sorry, unwise. Yeah, it happens a lot to me. Misclicks.
Yeah, it definitely can happen. So what do we got here? We got player across is Ishan 10 for just West. Player left is... I'm not sure. I would say that they were going for the flush, but they're not because they got rid of that.
No, I
8
think
thing.
they go
Hello,
for the
Sierra.
Ipeko, surely.
Possibly, yeah. Ipeko would be a fine thing to do.
Not Ipeko, Itsu. Sorry, Itsu,
Yeah,
Itsu,
I'm
Itsu.
sorry. Yeah, I also
Sorry.
took your word and was like, oh yeah, Itsu, exactly. Player right is in a sick position for a Chitoi.
It's also Sancho. 345 Sanshoku there. Sorry, I'm talking still about Asan. There's also Sanshoku there.
Wait, how do I know who Asan
They
is?
prioritize keeping all these
here,
Yaku
Asan.
opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah. This is 345 Sanshoku.
Yeah. I wish I had their hand. I could have played that hand better.
But yeah, what's it called? Sisan. I'll use the table design. Sisan has a Chitoi, each antenna Chitoi, which is really nice with just honor tiles left for the Chitoi, which is a great spot because that also gives you a lot of safety if you have to bail. And then across is just charging ahead on that West, and they have the ability to take a door in, and otherwise they're Ishan 10. So you get your... But no one gets anything they want. You're holding on to those 4s. 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now you're also Ishan 10. Paris hand say no. Oh no, wait, you got another 1. Okay, well now you have that awful situation of like Chitoi or Suanko. No matter what you choose, you will feel bad. Like you will always feel like you missed something.
Oh God, now I remember this one. Oh, now I have to make a choice about where I want to wait.
So you decide you're gonna wait on Tumon and Forso, which is not a terrible plan in my opinion, because it's a little tricky. There's no pattern to it. None of those tiles have come out at all. So there's the most possible remaining tiles of those types available on the table. Meh. I would say it's a push, but it doesn't seem like an insane push.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 3-so out. So if I took the 2-4 wait, I would waiting for the 3-so. There are already 2 of them out on the table. So I was like, I can't see 4 of these ones. Yeah.
So everyone...
I said I was trying to be tricksy.
Player left seems to just be done. They seem bailing. Right. Yeah, across also seems to be just... They're actually not bailing. They were able to get Tenpai, but they were able to get Tenpai by dealing safe tiles, which is a great place to be in, right? But they have made it to the 5-8, 5-so 8-so Tenpai. Here's your 3 that you would have so dearly loved. Now you're playing Mahjong. And you sit there, and player across sumos it. It's always rough when the hand just puts right in your face that you made the wrong decision, even though the statistics were so right. I'm sorry, I feel bad for that because that was... I think you made the right choice based on the information.
But I had the builder here today as well, and I made this audible noise, and he heard me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No."
I'm never okay, and I'll never be okay. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. I'm sorry. That is just a bad time. Okay, let's get through our first row, and what do we got? We got... Dora in your hand. Ooh, Dora in my hand is a song by Soundgarden.
Dora in my hand.
We really need to do our album. So dealer here has 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, which is pretty sick. Parahaku, 3, 5, 2 pin. All right, that's all fine. They got a door in here too, but this is a very exciting Itsu opportunity. Player across has stuff. Like, this is a lot of good material, but they're at the point where they're going to have to make some serious decisions about what they're going to give up on, and again, like, what they're going to feel bad about dropping. Left is just hoovering up these middle tiles. These middle pin tiles.
They got 2 Dora there.
Oh, God. Yeah, they do have 2 Dora. Alright, so we're moving towards man flush over here. You got a 6 and you throw a 4.
I thought you meant man as in, like, manly flush.
That's a man, no.
What's a manly flush?
Manly flush.
One of these girl flushes.
Ishanten and
Wow, they were going
across.
for something more exciting. Whoa, they could go for a Yaku man with that kind of
draw. They could,
draw.
actually. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7. Oh my god. This is Ishanten to left. Everyone's creeping towards scary stuff. Oh my god. Huh. So instead of taking the Chitoi, they look
They
like
want
they're going for
Yakuman.
full flush. Or half flush. Look like they're going for Toitoi half flush. Or potentially Suanko, depending on what happens.
You can't. Yeah, Yeah, I'd say that
So
I'd
why
do
the
that.
4 and not the... You're still looking at 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku. The 3S does
Yeah,
have it out for
yeah.
Gemma today. The 3S does have it out for Gemma today. Yeah, the 3... It's really dead, so the 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku is kind of done for. In the south... Oh, what do we got? We got an 8 here. 7. And they're not calling this, which is interesting. They throw the 7
I
as
think
it
actually at
is.
this point maybe I had resigned myself to probably having just to get a shape tempo.
Yeah, because you have... Now you throw the 1 for the 2, 4, 6. Here's the
Because I
reach
wasn't
from
going to throw the
left.
green dragons.
And the left is going to reach... A-san's going to reach on the 4-7, the two-sided weight. They got reached. They know where 2 of the Dora are. Fine, they decide they're going to push this. They don't want to mess around anymore. Alright, Tuso comes out. The 3's fairly dead, so that's a
Yes.
fairly
Yeah.
safe possibility. Interesting. So now Across decides, nope. They're going to throw the 6, which is actually... I think this is actually a fairly dangerous throw. But they want to take the Tenpai. And they're taking the Tenpai on the 6 pin, which is a hell weight on the 6 pin, but it is also safe on the
Yeah.
dealer. So they're... sorry, I'm not doing on A-san. So they're imagining, I think, that someone's going to throw the 6 pin to try to
Well,
play
there's
safe.
only one left of them there.
Yeah.
There's only one left now.
You call the 5 and throw the 1. You've decided you are getting ready.
Yeah.
But the 7 then deals in.
Yeah. Yeah, because I decided I was just going to try and keep my dealership, and then that obviously was
That's reach door 2.
taken from.
Oof. It wasn't your deal. It was their deal. You'd lost your deal already.
Oh, that. Okay.
But you can't afford to
How
lose
else did it
3,000 points to bailing. Like, if you can help it, that's the thing. At this point, you need to keep something for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's East 4. Holy crap, it's only East 4. All right, what do we got? Okay, you're grabbing
a lot
hockey because you are
happened.
tired of this crap.
Yeah, it was the second one though. I was hoping I could draw it, and then, yeah, you can see that I'm starting to think I need to change my luck
Yeah.
here. I need to.
You need to do something. You're Tenpai now on this 4 pin, which is all in Sisan's hand, or at least 2 of them are.
Yeah, Tenpai for just one hand, just 1,000 points
just
here.
one little Han.
Oh no, what is? Well, there's not even 1,300, is it?
Nope. It is the hottest of garbage, this hand. No one's holding on to anything. Okay. Throwing the 8, keeping the 3. Oh, he might be worried about a pin flush, so they're trying to hold on to pins. No? Just throwing it. Just hanging out. And now the reach. The reach is on the 4-7 Mon for Concealed Itsu Dora. Reach Pinfu Concealed Itsu Dora 1, which is a pretty sick hand. Now you don't have much odds of dealing in,
Yeah.
but they'll just sumo it anyway. Yeah. Oh, and they'll flip 2 more Dora. Wow.
Oh, no.
Tell me. Oh, I'm sorry. Almost I'll ask what they should have done with those stupid 1-sos. When was this? Was this last hand?
That was
Al?
that was previous hand. Yeah, previous hand.
Can I go back? What round is this? This
Yeah,
is
whatever.
East 4. No, I'm curious. I want to answer our fans' questions. Oh, fine. If you all say don't worry.
It's
I
not
won't.
this one.
All right. Sorry. No, I
Is
just
it this
realized I didn't see it, and I don't want to forget people. I feel bad. Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Now we're in South 1, and you're double South. You have double South Haku Dora 1 sitting in your hand, Gemma. What will happen?
Tears. Tears are what will happen. No, yeah. Obviously, I see this, and I'm like, well, I'm going for it. I don't
it's
care what
gotta
it takes.
happen.
I am doing this. Yeah.
5.
And then the dance begins. So I think I can, keep that door, obviously.
Yeah. Well, now you have an option if you get another Dora to make it your pair and make something else happen. And you decide you're going to do it.
Cue long consideration at that point there for that 3-man
So
door.
now there's a reach. 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, 4, 4. Okay, 6, 9, so wait here. And...
But, I mean, this is my potential Mangan hand here.
Yeah, this is it. You need that extra 2 pin. And now you're in the
I don't
spot
need
you
that
need to
2
be in.
It's double south for me. So
3, 4. It's actually,
I
it's the
could have
same.
if I'd got. Yeah, yeah. If I'd have got the 5 pin, for example, for the pair, which I could have done there, but it was
That's
should
not a
have
better
switched.
change. I don't feel like.
I should have switched the. I should have switched it out and thrown the 6 pin and have a 3 pin wait.
Oh, yeah, that would have been an interesting difference.
That would have been far smarter, but I didn't do it. But it doesn't
But
matter
the
anyway.
sumo happened anyway. So it becomes
Yeah,
Reach,
no,
Sumo,
that
Pinfu,
was good.
Tanyao, Ipeko, and a Dora flip to get it up to Hanemon.
But that was definitely
Jeez.
a mistake right there. That was a mistake right there. I didn't pay for it, but it was a mistake. I should have
Mm-hmm.
changed my pair to the 5 pin and
Because
had
it
the
wouldn't
three
have been a
pin.
difference in score, and it would have been an easier weight to get.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Unwise Owl. But I don't. Okay. All right.
No, not many
I
people
appreciate
felt.
all of your indulgence. I
Okay,
do, with my imperfections,
it
which
does.
are numerous and glaring.
So now I'm really like I'm going into the deal
Uh, yeah. Now you're in that
everything.
spot where you're just like, this is all terrible. All right, where are we going?
So
Oh
guess
my
what I
God.
do here, Dave?
What is this? You
I'm
try to
like,
play
right,
like
I'm
me?
gonna flush I'm gonna flush the crap out of this. Guess what I never see
No,
again.
no. It's a 2 pin, 5 pin weight, which is actually kind of good for you because you'll never throw them based on what you're doing. So if you keep charging ahead doing what you're
Mm.
doing, you're not going to deal in. But like, oh my God, no.
So Mahjong Backer says for the previous hand might have kept the 2-3 over the 4-5. Since over 2-3 so over the 4-5 pin, since overlapping shapes and the discard make Kamicha hesitate over dropping pins. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
yeah, that's definitely something I
Yeah,
should have considered more.
that's an insightful pick. It's really rough when you're in these games, and I mean, not that we don't all know it, but like it's rough when you're in the game and you're like in that pressure mode of like I need to get points and nothing is happening. It's really stressful.
I was definitely in a dark space with this hand.
Oof. I would. Oh, all right.
Because it's safe on the Riichi there.
Yeah. I feel like you're gonna pay for it somehow. I get the feeling everyone's okay. Yup, you paid for it.
No, I think that was fine. It was better not because if I pay, I might bust at this point. I can throw the one here. So now I'm just thinking
But
if
they'll
I can
just see
get
more.
into yeah. At this point, I was thinking if I can get myself into Tempai, keep my dealership, but it didn't matter. I don't think I've won a
Yeah,
single hand yet.
I personally feel like if and there's plenty of times that the answer is don't do that. But if I'm gonna pile drive forward because I need to pile drive forward, I should just do it 100%. If I'm gonna throw it now or I'm gonna throw it later, the reach is already on. It doesn't even matter. So I might as well just do it. And you could have had the West as a
Well,
pair,
so
which would have
what?
been kind of neat.
No, no. I think that was a good throw. I think kept me alive for a little bit longer.
Eh. It wouldn't have killed you. 62. It's fine. It's fine.
So now, however
Yeah.
dark I felt for my first dealership, now I'm like, right, 2 hands, no dealership. I guess this is it. This is over. Um, and I think for the last hand, I do some very strange things.
So is this the last hand?
No, 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 it's not. No,
Okay.
we
This
get we
hand
get to
looks
several.
like there's some pushing going on. I got 5, 6, 7. Looks like our dealer Sisan is thinking flush. Looks like Across is thinking hots, and they're just gonna make it happen. They have two Dora, so hots Dora too. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. All right. Opponent of sevens. Yeah, they're looking to get that. Okay, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8. Ishan 10. Interesting. They're throwing the 8 now. They're just deciding they're done with it. To Khan. Phone. All right, now it's the 4 pin, 7 pin. Fortunately, you don't have any of those. So you can't even. And probably if you drew the 4 pin, you'd swap out the 1 pin. So it seems like you're not in a
Mm.
bad spot right now, actually, because you can't really deal in, even if you wanted to. And everyone else is just chilling. Oh my god, now it's 6 pin only with 3 Dora in there. She gets called, the 4 pin comes out. Sorry, person who's waiting on that. And you decide to reach.
I mean, this is not a good reach. However, with the point situation, my only hope
Yeah.
now is a is some strong door flip on this because there's two door at this point. Get some 8,000 points. Maybe I can take third. That's all I can hope for at this point is third.
So
But third might keep me up on the podium.
I wonder why this. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is a crazy situation. But you're right. Like you need to do this reach. You can't not do this reach.
Hmm.
I don't think. I don't think there's any way you can let this go, even though the 3 is now
So
entirely dead.
Martin Becker says interestingly he would have they would have turned second turn they would have gone for a Cheetoy.
A
It's a very
cheat
different
toy.
direction. Yeah, yeah. Not sure Cheetoy was my friend today.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Cheetoy is a great hand that I often look back and say like, why did I not do Cheetoy? Um,
Mm.
so now, Sisan throws the 6-0, risking your wrath, but getting themselves in a wonderful position where, first of all, um, they are Tenpai on half flush Toy Toy, but second of all, every
Yeah.
tile in their hand is now dangerous. Well, I guess some of them are dangerous on themselves, but every tile in their hand is death, which is kind of funny. And then we're gonna hang out and go to Tenpai where nothing happens because everyone is in Crapsville and everyone is Tenpai. So
Yeah.
okay, that happened. Now we can go through our thingies and see what our first set of tiles brings us. Okay, so you have 479. Yeah, Sisan was in a terrible spot. It was crazy. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 8, 9. Okay, so Sisan as dealer and 3, 4, 5, 8 is Ishanten, I think, on Itsu, or very close on Itsu, and Ishanten and a whole bunch of other things. I'm not sure what your plan is here with this hand. Like, it doesn't seem like anything obvious is available to you. Um,
No.
what's it called? Disan has a potential Ipeko, and actually they could probably cut the Ipeko and just have Pinfu, a nice Pinfu. And Asan is meh. They've got a few shapes they can build, but nothing too dramatic. But that's a good pick for them. That actually gets them now to Ishanten for Asan as well. You chuck that. 7, 8. Here's a 4. Yeah, and now Disan is Ishanten. Everyone's getting what they need but you. There's the 3 for the Ipeko for oh my god. This is just non-stop good stuff for everyone. Well, there's a pair. All right, that's actually a slight upgrade. 3,
It's
3.
still garbage. Can you believe that? Like nine
Yeah,
turns in and it still looks like this.
the door is coming out. Yeah, this is still the hottest of trash. Okay, so this is now a reach. I don't know if I would have bothered reaching this, but it's
Not a
like
dealer.
it's a 4. Is it a 147 weight? Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
147 weight, so it's 3-sided weight. So that actually does make it kind of worth just lock it in. You're probably not going to improve it. It's reach Pinfu, maybe reach Pinfu Tanyao. There's no door in there, but that's fine. And it's 3-sided, so like, what are you gonna do? You start bailing with the Chuns. One Chun's out already though, so that's not a terrible destruction of your dreams.
And I'm still a little bit live here.
Yeah, you're not out of there. All right, playerless. Everyone's just kind of getting away from what's going on here. North out. Oh man. Your hand is like dancing around potentials. So now, 4, 7 so are deadly on a cross. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is just on Pinfu. And they instantly win player in first, which gets them mostly table points, like points from the table from reach deposits, and pulls them up. And now it's South 4. This is last hand. And
No, there's one more this as spoilers.
oh no.
So this is not where I do something really weird in the next one. But I was so depressed at this point because that was it.
Genbutsu Sweat.
Yeah, do you know what the player opposite? I won't name them, but they are. I have seen them do a Genbutsu snipe before. Like that's their modus operandi. So if you're watching, I know what you do.
All right, so at this point, this is actually not so bad. You got the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty cool. If that turns into your waiting shape, you can take another Dora. You got a 4, 5, 4, 5, 5. You got a 6, 6, 7. Like some good stuff.
But this is not a Haneman shape. That's the problem here.
That's negativity talking. It's negativity talking.
And even then, is a Hanuman enough? If it's direct from the player opposite, Mangan is not enough.
That's a good
It needs
pick.
to be a Hanuman, and it needs to be a direct hit. Everything is bad.
Good pick for Season there. There's a lot of... Okay, here's a 5. You just chuck it because you don't need it. They'll take that because I can get them. Everyone's kind of dancing. Here's the 3. Oh my god, Season is pushing really hard for a flush here. Because...
But they can get to the first place. Like, they can actually take this table.
Well, I was going to say, they ditched Tempai on this. To keep going. Because this would... I mean, it wouldn't have been the coolest Tempai in the world, would it? Yeah, no, this would have been a 1-mon, 6-pin, 9-pin weight once they got that 3 in. Which would have ended up being like Riichi Haku. It would have been like 2 and 40, which would not have guaranteed them, not even on a direct hit, it would not have guaranteed them anything. So yeah, they decided it's not worth it.
This is precisely the right move. Precisely the right move.
Only then the 1-pins get killed and they get a little sad. But now everything is the same suit for them, so they're fine, but across the sides, it's time to reach. 2, 3, 4. It's reach on a 4, so only. Alright, you throw your 4-pin. You now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You reach on 10, but then Season deals in. 2.
And this is the big
2
thing.
Dora get flipped. And this is a 19,000 point. Yes, this brings them up to 40. This brings them into second place. And Season gets knocked down.
And they get a chance now in first place. I mean, that was a big deal, that hand.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
Yeah, this is where I do weird things.
So what do you do that's weird here? Do you want me to go slow through the beginning?
Yeah, keep going, and I'll just discuss like what I was. At this point, I know that whatever I do cannot change my position. So. Is this the weird? This doesn't feel like the weird one. No, I don't think this is the weird one. Oh no, maybe it is. It's looking weird again. Yeah, it's the weird one. Here you go. Yeah. I remember now.
So why we did? What's going on?
I just want to get as many points in my hand as possible. I'm hoping that I can by burying that 5. I'm hoping I can build a weight on the 2.
Oh wait, here we go. Hold on. This isn't that weird. This is getting really good.
But I don't think I can call them. I don't think
this
I can
is
call
where it
them.
gets bad now.
Yeah.
Because this is a 5/8 so weight, and you've thrown one of each already. Had you held them to be all flushy, you could have then integrated these into your hand. You don't care. You got to go.
I mean, there's nothing. There's literally nothing here. I have to have a Hanuman again, direct from the player on my right, which means I have to reach. Because I have to hit an Ura, which means I can't call. So you see the red dragon goes past, so there's now no way I can use the red dragons.
Yeah.
So that's the weird thing. Yeah. That's where it's weird. And on the 12th turn, I don't take the last red dragon. Because then it'd be, red dragon, 2 Dora, right?
Yeah.
Which would only be 3. Whereas if I need to lock in the Mangan, which means I could have called the green dragon, 3... No, 4. That would be a Mangan, but then I wouldn't be able to look for the Ura, which means I won't get a Hanuman. Do you see my logic here?
Why did you not? I mean, my thinking here, and again, maybe this is a little dumb.
Yeah.
Flush.
There's no way I'm going to get a flush at this point.
Not by the end, but like if you look at way back here at the beginning.
No, I don't think that's a flush. I mean, first of all, if I get so at this point, this is not a flush hand.
Even with this start, you're 4 tiles away from a flush. Now throwing the West, I can't criticize that at all. It's fine. Well, actually,
no, because it's a 4, 6, 7, 8, right? If I draw the 5, that becomes a 3-sided weight.
I mean, that's awesome, but 3-sided weights are great.
And at this point, there is no way you could think that this was a flush hand in those bamboos. That is trash there. There's absolute trash in those bamboos. If I had a pair of value, yeah, maybe I start thinking flush, and I don't want to cut that out. But there is not a pair of value tiles there.
I will counterpoint by saying this hand is trash. End of story. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
which means like
but,
I need things I can do. My thinking is this: I need things I can do to bring value into this hand. Right? Making a pinfu hand, it is not possible. Like there is no way that I'm going to make a nicely shaped pinfu hand here that's going to get me the points I need to do anything valuable. Which means that 6, 7, 8 already is like not even helping me.
Okay, so let's go through each one, and I'll tell you exactly why I
Okay.
think it's correct.
I think the west
the
here at the
first
beginning is
west,
fine. Like that makes sense
yeah,
to me. It's not awesome, but whatever.
yeah. No, yeah. It's there's
The
already
one
one
can go.
out.
Yeah, the one's stupid.
Yeah.
The east. Well, there's already 2
So-
Hakus on the table. Yeah, there's no point in keeping that. Fine. A south just came out, but I don't know if I would have done this.
Okay, well, I mean, it's because I'm so this is one of those interesting questions where if someone throws south and you've only got, because it's 2 hand value, right? But it's 1 hand value to everyone. It's almost like an east tile. Someone throws it, you don't want to store it at that point because it's a value tile to everyone.
But again, the game position. I like what you're saying. Actually makes totally good sense.
This is where the positioning is important. So because I'm the first player after that south discard, if I was the player opposite instead, and I'd seen 2 other people not throw south, then I might want to keep the south because it suggests they don't have it in their hands.
So what you're saying is you don't know whether they have the south in their hands or not.
Yeah, but but then that's where your position in relation to that discard matters.
So my feeling again, my feeling here would be south is a tile that could give me value without blocking off my flush. Which again, at this point in my mind, at this point, if I don't get more hots, this hand is not worth winning. It's not worth anything.
I can't call.
Why not?
So if I can't call because that'll only give me Mangan.
What?
I can't call the Tan. I need a Haneman, and I need direct hit Haneman to change my position.
Yeah.
So, but
well, hold on. Let me ask you this question then. Okay, you're absolutely right. You need a direct hit Haneman to do anything, which means you need Haneman. What are your paths to Haneman in this hand that you think are viable right now? That's what I'm wondering.
At the moment, I don't think much of this hand. So I'm thinking if I can get 2 Dora, and a Riichi and an Ipeko, that gives me 4, and then I'm praying on the Ura flip. Now, if I'm praying on that Ura flip to hit me over to Haneman, I need to make sure I have pairs of tiles to make sure that Ura is a double Ura.
See, I would be then thinking the easiest path to Haneman. I'm not even talking likely. Easiest path to Haneman is Hots Dora 3 half flush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, done.
Nah, you're not going to get those.
It's brute forcible. But in my mind, if I don't get the hots, then I have nothing. There's no way I'm winning this hand if I don't get the hots.
I mean, this is the problem is that we're basically lost at this point. With the Titanic, half of it's already sunk. The musicians are already in the water. We're screwed now.
All right, the East goes, and the East makes sense to me because it's come out and it's not worth anything to you. I mean, again, these are tiles that could have helped a flush, but like, whatever. Now with the second chun, now I can call something. And now this is where I feel like a mistake was made. I would have gotten rid of this 4 pin over the 5 so.
The 4 pin, yeah. I'm actually. Why was I anxious about this? I'm trying to remember what happened that made me anxious. I was very concerned about that 6-0 throw from Sisan. I remember that. And I'm worried about the 4. So I'm not really paying attention so much to Asan here. That looks fairly regular.
To be fair,
the 4-0 and the 6-0 worry me.
You were very right about the 6-0 because they have that. Look at that 6-7 shape floating there. Like the 5-0 does complete one of their shapes, and they're not tempai yet. But
and the 4-0, does something similar. I'm not sure. I'm entirely. So what I wanted to do was probably throw out the 5 now, and not let it become live in my hand. So.
And then you get the other at this right point.
Before I'd gotten that hat, I was probably here resigned. Before the hats, I was probably resigned to having to dance around people, and just hope not to bankrupt and have that ignominy.
Yeah.
So here,
this 8 also vanishes.
Yeah.
I will
But here
say,
I'm in a great. But okay, but then if let's say that I'd have kept that 5 and I was going for a flush, I would then still have 2 tiles that wouldn't be working my flush. And then so here I'm in a great position, I think personally, because I got the huts and the Ipeco. So I've got 2 Dora, I've got an Ipeco which I'm going to have to use, and at least one of those dragons will come through. So that's my Mangan. If I reach, then we're just 1 away from Haneman.
mm, 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 mm.
Yeah,
I can see
and
it.
and also I will point out as well that I'm not beyond if I draw the 5-man switching over to a 3-sided
Well, if you
weight.
draw the thing is, if you drew the Tuso, you're in a good position.
Yeah,
You're
if I
ready,
just
and it's
and
great.
I would yeah, and I wasn't beyond switching over if I got the 5-man.
I feel like I would have. I feel like I would have kept the 8 and thrown the 4 at this point.
So let's just look at what people are saying. Mahjong Back says the 4-pin deal, the 4-pin from behind would make sense from here at the point. Not sure which side Honitsu were aiming for. I mean, I wasn't aiming for Honitsu, so that was
Yeah.
why I wasn't doing that. Do commit to you have to have a round and long time. Yeah, I mean, this is not. It's not classically a hand that you would go for Honitsu on. I'm not saying it's wrong. So this is where the question is whether I should have called the red dragon. I say no. It would only get me to Tenpai plus 3.
I mean, it really depends on what you
It's
feel
useless.
about on the environment to some degree. Like, is getting the points worth it to you?
Well, I mean, yeah. So this is partly where becoming a professional steps in. Whereas I know that even in 3rd place, it doesn't matter. Sorry, not in 3rd place. So it doesn't. If I get those points, if I don't get to 3rd place, it doesn't matter. So it would be poor form to just lock in a 4th place. It's a pointless win, basically. Especially when I do have the perfect potential here for the Haneman, which could put me over.
With these 6s
I
and
mean, obviously,
7s,
everything.
I'm trying to think. You could have been Tenpai on the Tuso. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
easy.
you
It's
know,
easy to look at the
yeah.
discards and go back through and say exactly what could have happened.
And as soon as I started crazy calling and making it obvious, I don't know, people wouldn't have been throwing them. They just wouldn't have come out. Whereas in this situation, the Tuso would have been likely to come out if someone was so inclined, but they weren't anyway.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But I won nothing. I didn't pay much either. What did I throw into?
It was a lot of. There were a lot of really big. Let me go through. There was a lot of really big sumos.
I can't remember what I threw into.
Hold on. Let me see here. This 7,700 here.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
yeah.
This
So
is
I,
C
I
dealing. 7,700 for you. Um. That's it. It was just these really big. I mean, 7,700 is nothing to sneeze at, but it was
no,
these
it's
really
not
big sumos. Really big sumos. Yeah, sumo victim.
a
Yeah, oh, it was
huge
this really
sumos.
fast reach on only the 2-pin. This 2-pin weight was the
Yeah.
thing you threw into.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was just you trying to get some traction and everyone else not giving you any.
No, it was every time something happened, someone summoned. I'm like, oh hi.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might have I might have thrown a 4-pin out of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this throw. This is a dubious throw,
Hmm.
maybe.
The 4 is just as dangerous, if not more so. Like the 4-7 is a much more looking at this at the discards. Given that 3 is the reach tile, I feel like the concept of it being a 4-7 weight or a 1-4 weight is
Yeah.
like just as likely. Like I can't. I have no criticism that I can level, and I'll level. But like, yeah, I
I know
don't
you
think there's
remember.
anything more that could have
We
been
can
done.
see something. I sent you another link because we've still got some time. You can see something where I was really jammy, and it was an interesting decision actually that I made. So I'll send
Ooh,
you that link.
really jammy.
It was the first.
I
It's just the
love
first hand
jam.
which was interesting. Oh, it was. I even said, "I'm sorry for being the luck." Rude word today.
Is this you? Are we correct?
Yeah, we're.
Is
That's
it
me.
this hand?
Yes, it's the very first hand.
Okay. What happens here? All right, so we start out. Hold on a second with the reach. It's the 5-8. So wait for, I think this is just reach, actually, because the easts are valuable right now. So, just get rid of your souths. Okay. Get rid of those 8 pins. Okay, still dancing around it very nicely. 2, 3, 4. Throw the 4, keep the 7. That's interesting.
Oh, because the 5 pins kind of make the 4 pins less likely to have been used. I can see a lot of the 2s out.
7. Ipeco is here. You pong this and wait on...
Well, I've got no Yaku here.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, well, my... So, okay, stop. Go back one. Back, yeah. So, before that one as well. So, at this point, right, my idea is if someone is pushy and the Dora goes, well, I can easily throw the Dora, then I'm going to be Tanyao. Tenpai, right? Otherwise, I'm going for the draw. And also the last tile is my tile, which would give me the Yaku I need. Which is why I don't can this, because if I can it, I don't get the last tile anymore.
Then you change the last tile.
I could get the Rinshan, it could be my tile, but I didn't believe in that luck today.
Also, it's not necessarily smart to con when someone else is in reach.
Yeah,
and then
also
give them the last
that
tile.
player. Yeah, and also the player who had declared Riichi was the one who threw the 2-so for me, so I can safely throw that.
Right. Yeah, better to play the safe tile.
Not give them the extra Ura and Kandora. I've still got the Yaku from the last tile draw.
That's dumb. That's
no,
dumb.
I only think it's dumb. It is dumb as anything, but I did make that kind of connection and that thought process when I decided not to do the can on the 2, which is why it wasn't. So remember, guys, that whilst I was the sumo victim in my final game, I was definitely the sumo criminal in that game.
Rude as heck. Rude as heck.
But this is why you should always, there's something that I think we haven't yet gotten to is people being able to think how many tiles left that they've got to draw, and if the last tile draw is theirs, because it should really change how the flow of the last part of the game goes. Because if you cheat or call, you could rob someone not only of the last tile, but an entire draw, depending on how it goes.
Akanashi for this game.
Yeah, so this is the IORMC rules, which is no red 5s. I don't know what their full rule set is. You'd have to go and check it out on a website somewhere. It's probably on Tenho somewhere, because they're the ones running this.
Oh my god, what's going on?
So after that... I know, apparently I didn't like my own wind.
No, everyone... Well, you're right. You threw south at like it was nobody's business. But now everyone's just ponging everything. He's usually much more paranoid over Dora and Akanashi than Akaari. That's true. Because there's like the only extra source of points. What have you done? You're in this weird... Oh, here we go. Now you're on the 4-7 weight.
Yeah, and this was an error.
Why
I could have had the 1-4-7 so wait.
Oh, you're right. If you threw the 4-7 Mon, you would have had the 1-4-7, the 3-sided 1-4-7, and instead you took the...
Yeah, as soon as I threw it, I was like, why am I so stupid?
Well, you have the Dama Pinfu, the Dama Tanya weight, guaranteed Tanya weight. Although, wait, no, that would have been a Pinfu weight anyway, so it would have been fine.
Yeah. That was an error. That was really dumb. And then I managed to get the Pinfu back.
The Pinfu for the 5-8 weight.
But that is not a nice weight compared to a 1-4-7, and I should be punished for it.
You should be punished for this. A Sumo Kitty Swappy Doppy Reach.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Gemma's secrets revealed.
Yeah.
That is... rude.
Oh, my Gemma's not gonna like that, so I have to cope with it.
That is rude, and you get the tile from B-san here.
Yeah, but look, there's the 4 there as well. I should have won on that 4 there.
Yeah. I've seen people do that in M League all the time. I'm sure M Leaguers do
Which
things that are cool.
which thing? The one where you skip the much superior weight,
No, the
or the one
Sumo
where you
Cutie
swappy
Swappy
doppy?
Doppy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you flipped 2 Dora to make this Hanemon, which I think...
I was a real dick this game.
The only reason I give Gemma crap about this is because she's always like, don't do Swappy Doppy! Swappy Doppy is no sort of move!
No. What I'm going to say is that Swappy Doppy is fine as long as you know what you're messaging to the table. Because as soon as you throw a tile out of your hand, you're giving information about your hand, which you
that
don't
tile's
with
no longer
with
in it.
instant discard. No, with an instant discard, you're giving no information because no one can tell whether it's connected to something, whether it could have been useful. Whereas if you've got a tile in your hand, it's likely to have been potentially useful, especially at that stage.
So the right answer is to always instant discard to give no information to anyone.
Well, I mean, it's again, just as long as people are aware, then I think it's okay. But the problem is people just do it out of habit.
That's fair.
Without recognizing that I'm watching whether it's coming from. So now I know that those are the kind of tiles you have in your hand, right?
What is this? What is this? This is Gemma thinks maybe Itsu, maybe not Itsu, maybe Itsu.
And now I'm pretty 10.
Yeah, now you just done goofed. Well, now you're back to your Itsu Ishan 10.
Pretty 10, my pretty 10 Itsu.
Pretty 10 Itsu. What's going on? And the 9-pin is super... not dead. But it's been pummeled. Pretty bad. And now you do a 369 Pretty 10 Itsu reach?
Zap says that you need a jingle that announces that it's time for a rant.
Time for a rant from Gemma. We could do that. We could get... you have like one more draw. And everyone else is no 10 on your Pretty 10... Oh, that's not true. I'm sorry. 3 people are 10 pi. It's A-san is no 10.
No one respects my Riichi at this point because they've seen that I'm an idiot.
I wouldn't respect it. I would have no respect for it. That's ridiculous. If you just decided to do something... Alright. This is... I don't know what you're doing here. You're pushing hots and...
Oh, I'm dealer.
I know, but there's not much else going on.
And I have all the luck. I can take a Dora in there.
Is that how that works? Do you just know? Did they tell you at the beginning of your deal? Like, you have all the luck this hand, so don't worry, it's cool.
Yeah, come on. Did you see what I did my first hand? I've got all the luck. It's on me today.
Well, D-san is reaching, waiting on, 963 so wait. So that's actually pretty darn good for D-san. Although the 9s are pretty much dead. Still not bad at all. What's going to happen there? Oh, you got your Dora. But they sumo it. Yeah, big sumo for D-san.
You deserve that, Gemma. I did deserve it.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I need a Gemma right jingle. All right, where are we going from here? Oh my god, West Pongs.
Nah, this is another Itsu.
All right. Yeah,
this is a better looking straight.
This is a much better looking Itsu, but West is coming on hard here. Let's see. All right. Some more Tanyao action happening. That 5-mon is like looking more and more risky. I feel like I'd be more and more tempted to just get rid of it.
And it's Suji on the Dora, so I'm not throwing it at this point.
Yeah. Because West has just gone so crazy. 5-mon comes out and and now again, great. Everything is risky here because B-san's waiting for the 2-5 pin and A-san is waiting for the 6-mon 4 pin. And now you do this on the 4-7 pin, which is almost definitely never coming out.
I didn't know that.
Squeaking by. There's a 7.
I can't dammer it, really, can I?
But you do get it because you're incredibly rude. As an attempted switch, but you instead get reach concealed Itsu because you're very rude. This is a great starting hand for you. Oh god. Hold on. This is looking a little scary.
Hmm. I remember this now.
Oh no!
Yeah, they have to though,
They
right?
don't have to. What? This also does not
I
have to
froze.
happen. What?
There was no talent in that at all. That's appalling.
That is
You
pretty.
know, this is the opposite to when, like, so when we were watching the previous game, and I kept saying, "Oh, the left player, they're very lucky, but they've had the strategy, and so the luck has just doubled their strategy." I don't know. This is not. This. There's been no strategy here. Just yeah, dirty. Thank you, Olabusty. See, I had the luck,
Oh god. Yeah, just to sumo out from under everything.
and everyone hates me now. Everyone's like, "Who invite?" Oh, I remember this. I thought I'd go for. I thought because I had the luck, I'd go for a Yakuman,
All
and then
right, so
someone
what do we
reached, and
got
I
here?
decided. But
Yeah, this is a reach on the
no, no.
7 pin, Dora only.
Yeah. Yeah, because I decided I was going to go for a Yakuman, and then they reached, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't need this crap. So I just fold now. I just fold.
Yeah. Well, we got Aeson with their full flush coming on
Uh,
strong here. Let's see. They take it. They're going for it. Now they are not. They're not yet tempai on it, but they are close. And yeah, I can see you're just kind of folding around, not throwing that 7 pin. Oh
yeah,
no!
I was having a really jolly time drinking my cup of tea, folding away.
But Aeson has to throw it.
There's no, there's nothing better than folding when you're on top. I think.
It is kind of good. Yeah, Aeson had to fold it to get tempai, and I had to throw to get tempai, and then that happened. What is this? You don't even respect the Yakuman chance. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Your dealer, you could obviously go for. Oh, now you're Riichi on 10. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep the potential of taking the door in there.
2, 5. Oh, but you throw in.
Yeah. Well, I can afford it. I can afford it. You know, you got to pay it back sometimes. Yeah, I was obviously really cocky this game.
Let's see here. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5. Well, we got 3, 4, 5. Potential Sunchoku. Oh, it's a little far off. Oh, there we go. Now you're Dama on the 6, 9 pin, just chilling, because like, who even cares? You might as well just be.
That is a
about
bad.
it.
Mahjong backer. That is a very bad excuse for dealing into the dealer. You're right. It was a very poor excuse. There was no excuse for that. It was a poor throw.
Well, you got it back.
it
It's
back.
fine. You got it back. It's fine. Whatever. Oh, now you have all the Hatsus. So you can just do whatever you want and not care. That's north. Although nothing's really happening here. And reach again on the 5/8. So this time you do not instantly throw in.
I make an exception every now and then, you know.
But you're in a position where you might have to throw it, which is not so good.
Yeah.
And you do end up throwing into it to get tempai, but it's a small hand. So, all right. That wasn't crazy.
Yeah,
though.
I did. Do you know what? And I think Mahjong backer has a good point. I got a little bit sloppy when I got that many points.
I remember
I got a
someone
little
telling
bit
me
slow-
about playing with high stack and how you got to think carefully about it, and it's a
Yeah,
skill.
and I wasn't doing that right. I get it back here. I start thinking, oh no, you can't be playing like this, Gemma. You got to get it back together. And I remember here in particular, I had some concerns because I had that 7/8 pin weight, and I can already see 2 9 pins and 2 6 pins out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to finish this set. So at some point, yeah, here I decide that I am going to make my pair on the 7 and the 8 pin somehow.
Okay.
And I
see.
think I draw the 6 pin. I don't
you
have.
take
Okay,
it.
and then I get that.
You get the opportunity,
Yeah.
and now you're on the 1/4 weight, which is reasonable given the situation.
And I can always,
much.
I get it. I mean, I can always switch the pair around as well if I want, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I actually agree much on Welka. It's hard for me too. That's why I'm only giving Gemma crap about it because she is legit giving me crap about it. It is kind of tough to play when you're on top because you either it really depends on the table. Like you either don't play, right? Like you just sit there being like I'm not doing things, I'm avoiding it. But that relies on the rest of the table playing, the rest of the table being active and attempting to get things done. If you can get into that kind of situation, it's a good deal. But sometimes you'll be at a table where like you have all the points that you're not going to play, but then the other players, for some reason, have decided they're scared of someone who's a dealer or something, and they're not going to play. Now no one's playing. And when no one's playing, the dealer just sits there winning it over and over and over again. And then that comes to get you. So, like, you have to do something. It's a tricky situation to be in.
Yeah, it's getting, we always talk about the balance between push and pull. We also have to make a balance between pushing the game forward or going, okay, I need to play this one. It's yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer to be the person who when I'm at top, I keep liking to put the pressure on, but I think sometimes I don't pull back enough.
Some might say,
or I get sloppy.
Some might say that speed versus defense drama is like the heart of Mahjong, or part of the core like joy of Mahjong.
Yeah,
not me,
I'm definitely more cautious when I'm closer to other people in points about what they're doing, looking for safe tiles, making sure I have extra strategies. When I get too many points, I start to become sloppy because I'm like, oh, that's okay. I can throw a few 2,000 point hands. It's fine. I've got the points. But, that adds up to disaster sometimes. Anyway, I think, it's difficult to know what to take away from that losing game, though.
Don't lose.
Yeah. It's a shame though because I came off it and I was like, I have to review that one. That went so badly wrong.
Well,
yeah, that's difficult to take a lesson away from that one.
I mean, one lesson is eliminate sumo. I mean, to be fair, you suffered a lot. You suffered a lot from sumos. A lot of it was just other people got really great big hands that you didn't deal into, and So, I mean, in my experience, like, in those situations, it's either figure out how you somehow didn't go fast enough with your own hand, or that's life. Like, there's not much you could have done.
Yeah, maybe the speed I didn't get there.
I didn't have that vibe, to be honest. Like, in terms of watching that game, like, I didn't feel like your problem was that you were just, like, noodling around too much in your own hand. It just seemed like it was that game just happened for other people and not for you. The two-pin throw was a tricky throw, but that was really what hurt you the most. Again,
but even then, even if I still had those 7 points, it wouldn't have changed the situation.
Been at like 9K. It would have made your last hand a little easier to manage, maybe.
It would have done it. Yes, it would have changed the conditions for the last hand, definitely.
Yeah, you would have had a legit shot at getting into third. And maybe even the hand before that, because you still wouldn't have been in that point where it was like long shot or bust. So
like those after my dealership, those hands then were Haneman, find a Haneman, a direct Haneman. Yeah. That's it. There's nothing else in my life now.
So yeah, it might have given you a little more leeway. That might have been nice. But like, I feel like that game was just an unfortunate time. I definitely don't feel like, and I can, for the record, I'm not just being a critic. I can definitely show games of mine that were like this, where it's like the game was just this like rolling blunder of like mistake that then begets mistake that begets like I'm gonna do something crazy, and that was a big mistake, and like just that, like, it happens. It definitely happens to me, but I didn't get that vibe out of the game at all. It just seemed like the wind was not in your sails. And then also everyone else was getting wind in their sails, not by winning off each other, but by sumoing. So,
I mean, in some respects, because the qualifier was over 4 hand chan. It's kind of like, so my first hand chan I was the second place, and then 2 firsts, and then this one. It's kind of nice that this one happened when it did. Because if I had the 4th place at the beginning, that would have been a slippery slope for all the other hand chan, maybe. Starting with a big last like that would have been psychologically very damaging for the rest of the qualifier. I know it shouldn't be, because just, that's not the way to play. But unfortunately, you do sit there going like, I thought I could play Mahjong, but I can't. But I mean, maybe that's a lesson that I think myself and a lot of people need to learn, especially things like WRC. If you lose your first hand chan, there are still maybe 7 more to go.
Yeah, it's really tricky.
Yeah, you have to put it aside and think about the next one.
Yeah, it's hard to get in that vibe. And then you're right, like at the end of tournaments, it's always much rougher in my mind at the end of tournaments, because half of the players have just kind of given up, and so they're just like kind of doing whatever, and I'm like, You know, if I'm in
Yeah.
contention, I'm like, oh my god, I need to avoid these like asteroids of players who are just like Yakuman or nothing, and like if I'm not in contention,
I mean,
I'm kind of like I want to figure out how to make these games matter.
yeah, it's not so bad over a smaller number of hand chan that because most people are still in the game at that point. You know,
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
big hand chan can catapult them up to fourth or fifth or whatever. Um, but yeah, certainly those longer tournaments, you know, 8 hand chan tournaments. If you've had a whole bad first day, it is
Mm,
tough to get up the next because there's
yeah.
you're not going to make and then you hear people setting their new. I mean that's partly why the EMA ranking system exists though. That there is always something. There's always something to play for.
Mm,
Even if you can get yourself from position 48 to 45, that helps your EMA ranking. Which is why the EMA ranking, despite some of its glaring flaws, is actually a really important positive for Europe.
mm.
That it keeps everyone in the game, despite the tragic negative at that point in time.
Well, that's true. Yeah, if you're doing
Uh,
bad, you still want to place as well as you can to, yeah, as you said, to like to retain your ranking, and that does give you something. I feel like as long as you give people
yeah,
some objective to play for, it's
yeah.
like still kind of worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before. I've just crashed, and I'm like, well, you know what? If I can just gain one more place, that means my ranking won't be damaged as much. So that's how that's how you kind of think. But when exhibition events WRC which don't count for EMA, then you definitely get some crazier stuff going down.
Hmm.
Or if you have too many non-Europeans at your European tournament, they come and they want to win the European Cup or whatever, and they'll just do what it takes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there is that problem with only the EMA players having ranking system.
Well, that's
One would
something
suggest a
that can
global
be
a global
expanded.
network
Yeah.
of tournaments.
Some kind of global ranking system, perhaps one might say.
Oh, do you know
But
what?
we will
I
talk about
really like.
that a different
Well, I have
time.
a lot of respect for the EMA ranking system, but God, I don't know if I'd ever want to write one.
It's true. Ranking
It's
systems
just,
are very tricky.
and you can never make anyone happy. There's always
No.
something catastrophically wrong
No.
with it.
So yeah, someone will always be there to like yell at you about how the ranking system completely destroys everything about everything.
That's it. We've destroyed Western democracy with our ranking system.
Yup. Hopefully we get a
Sometimes
chance to do
when you
that.
hear when you hear people rant about it, I really think that that's what they think's going on. like, yeah, I'm with you, but we haven't caused childhood cancer. It's okay.
Haven't we though? This ranking system might be that bad.
What if that was the way to solve all the problems? To just not have a ranking system. That would have
Yeah,
been
as long as
easy.
there wasn't a ranking system, the whole world gets better. Oh, I can't. I can't. We're not even going to. No, I'm shutting this down. We are not dealing with the state of
Sorry.
the world this week because everything is the hottest
No,
of
no,
garbages.
no, 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 no,
No.
no. We pretend the world doesn't exist. We're gonna pretend it's the '90s again.
Yeah, that's my objective, to just be done. All right. Anyway, it is 3 o'clock. I'm super hungry. I'm sorry. I really want
Yeah,
to eat something.
yeah. No,
So
no,
we'll
that's fine. It's
see
fine.
all
We did.
you.
Yeah.
See everyone next week, and we
Mm.
will talk to you later. And go play some Mahjong, have some fun, and we'll be back with more updates.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Do 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 do.
Thanks for joining us. Boop, 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 boop. And give it one more moment, and then we'll stop the stream.